Anybody in here? I think I got this thing fixed. It's something different. Can you guys hear me okay? Is this better? YouTube has a new thing on here. It's kind of in the beta version, but I'm trying it out to see if it'll work or not. Can anybody hear me? I actually kind of like this setup. This is a new setup. I kind of like it. It's pretty cool. Ah, okay. What's going on, man? Is that you, Bo? Well, I need to test like if you guys, what do you think of the video? Is the video look okay? Does the sound is the sound okay? No delay. Man, I like this. I like this new little setup that this thing's got. This is pretty cool. Okay, so ZRX, let's go ahead and take out the 38.2 since it broke it. And so here we go down to test the 50% retracement and possibly the 50-day moving average. Seeing it live. Okay, this is cool. I like this new setup. It's really cool. I'm gonna get rid of that other one. And look at this. Price came back inside the Bollinger Band. What a surprise. No stuttering. Yeah, OBS is so whenever I do a stream, you can't just, I mean, you have to use a third-party software with YouTube to be able to stream something. That those two have to communicate with each other. Hi, Chris. How you doing, buddy? Long time no see. So, so basically, I've got about I got another 30 minutes in me here before I have to go make dinner. So if you guys have any questions or charts to look at, I've got time. Nothing but time. And if you guys want to do this again tomorrow night, I can do that as well. Let me get my pointer focus back up because you guys can't see where I'm pointing to. Thought I was like having major computer problems there for a minute. Oh, dude, it's much better. Like I told you, the doctor doubled my dosage, and I've been doing much better. Thank you for asking. So now the question, like, is like when I go to the link, it's weird. I don't know how I'm gonna. Oh well, to link it in so people can see it. Oh well, I'll figure that out later. But I like this new version. It's like a totally new look of what I was looking at before, and so hopefully video and sound is going to work. Okay, so there we go with ZRX. That makes me wonder if other stuff is pulling back. Let's go look. Or is it just ZRX? Digibyte testing the 10 EMA. What else? ADA testing the 10 EMA. Right there. And let's just do this for giggles and grins. Let's see retrace wise where we're at. All right, so she's basically broken through the 23.6, sitting on top of the 38.2. And if I was a guessing man, it could come back to the 61.8, maybe a wick and then bounce, but I sure would like to see it hold that 10 EMA right there. Really would. I'm not taking a trade on it right now, but I'm watching closely. ICX has been another one that's kind of similar to most of these. And when I scroll out, and you can see where I did the fib retracement on this one, this is a no-brainer, right? From here to there, and then it comes down to the 127.2 and bounces off of it. But the key is whether it holds it or not. And if it doesn't hold it, then guess what? It's going down to the twos. Going down here. If that doesn't hold, right? And this is in such a steep decline. Wow. All right, so let's do a fib retracement. Let's do it from this high to this low. And let's add our 23.6. There we go. So you can see it came up and tested right in here. Got, tested the 20 EMA. Want to see it hold this area. If I really had to do this, let's see. Let's scroll in a little bit more. And let's do another fib retracement from that high to, or that low to this high. So it's broken the 23.6. Take that out. And there we go. So you scroll in, you look out, right? Look right in here. You can always zoom out to see where you're at. Zoom in. Right now, I am not a buyer. I mean, that was a nice bounce right here, but why would you buy this? I'm just not a buyer. I got to see it get, do its stuff like the 10 and the 20 crossover. Okay? Don't go chasing these things, guys. You can see what happened back in here, right? Looks like it wants to try to break out, and I'm sure a lot of people bought right back in here. And that was at 752, thinking, oh, it's going to break out, it's going to break out, and then boom, drives it lower. Don't let the same happen to you. Let the chart come to you. Low risk setup is what we're after here. Low risk. So if you see those guys on Twitter, yada yada, oh yeah, I got it right here at the bottom and made 50%. Well, good for them. Congrats. But I'm not playing that game. Especially in a downtrend like this. Got to prove it to me. All right, so that's ICX. Let's see what else is going on out there. Let's go back to ADA. No, it's breaking that 38.2. It's close. I mean, right here under it. This could do like a wick down, possibly, unless it holds that 10 EMA. That's the only thing that's holding it right now. Let's go look at. Oh, here's one that I posted last night. All right, now this is. I mean, technically. I mean, very, very close to a morning star, and this is hot, right? So you get the downtrend, big red stick, doji, big green stick. Didn't take out that red stick, but it matched it. But then put in another doji, and I would have really preferred a green candle instead of a doji for today's close, but it is what it is. So you obviously have your resistance right here at 19. It did break the 23.6. I did take that out of there. So let's see if it can get above the 10 and hold it. You know, it's just got to. That's what it is for me. Anything else you guys want to look at? I've still got 30 minutes. Let's go look at Bitcoin. Everybody wants to look at Bitcoin. Oh, let's go look at Ethereum. Broke below 260. Shh. Quiet. All right, sorry about that. So Ethereum, basically, I changed this red line to a green line because that was old resistance. So you would hope it would become new support, although I would have preferred price be a little higher before it came back down to test it. So let's make sure it's just not a head fake. But still, the moving averages look good. They're still going up. But I'm expecting price to come back inside the Bollinger Bands. And let's see what happens on a pullback. Hopefully I'm wrong and it just continues to go higher, but expecting it to pull back inside. And after such a nice run, guys, I think I saw Bitcoin is up 125% for the year. It's not a bad return, right? You'd expect some pullback. Pretty logical. And I think I've shown on the charts. Not Chris, I don't know if you was here, but I showed. So this is my simple moving average chart on Bitcoin. Okay, and I posted this in the channel last night. It really does get as simple as this, right? You got your moving averages. You got your 10, 20, 50, 100, and your 200s, right? The 200 simple and the 200 exponential. I tend to like the 200 exponential, but some people like the 200 simple. Anyway, here's what happens, right? So you get this curls down, finally breaks out, and you would, if you was to scroll in here, that's a parabolic move, right? But what happens? It comes back because your moving average is now turned. And so the moving averages are all going in the same direction. But what happens? It's going to come back and test the 50. It's going to come back and test the 100. It's going to come back and test the 200. But it's going to hold, and it's going to keep going up, right? Where are we at now? We're in a spot where we've got the moving averages starting to go in the right direction. But for anybody to think that this is just going to go straight up and moonshot and make all-time highs, to me is ridiculous. And if it does it, then I'll say it. I'll say I was wrong and I was a dummy. But I'm just going off past experience of what I've seen and what I've seen in the past. Nobody is going to hold this all the way for highs, right? You're going to get people that want to take profits, yada, yada. And you have to come back and you have to test moving averages. Test those people that bought back here. Test those people that bought here, and see what's going to happen. It's going to come back and test the 10. It's going to come back and test the 20 and the 50. And at some point, if this does test and then goes higher, then your 200 starts to hook up and it'll come back and it'll test it. And it's almost a zigzag up, like right back in here, right? See that? So some people right here were calling for crash. Oh, it's going to crash. Oh, it's going to crash. Well, at some point they may be right, but that's where you start looking like right here. Breaking below a 200 is not good, right? Breaking above a 200 is good, which it's done. So that's why I called the end of the bear market, right? And especially getting past this area right here. And I'll just throw a line on it. If I can get it to line up. So right there. That was support, busted through, and then became resistance right in here. And when I said if it gets past that, the bear market's over. That's just me. That's you know, that's just me. Moving average is going in the right direction. Got back above that old resistance. You know, Chris, it's possible. I mean, here's the thing, is that I would have thought, and it's still possible, right? It's still possible. But I'll throw on another line, and it's on my regular daily chart. But right over here, and I'll change that to red. So who knows, right? This area right here was resistance before the fall, right? Never got back above that. Okay? So it's all about getting past these. I still think at some point, you know, Bitcoin's probably going to pull back a little bit, but I think eventually it's going to take that out. It's going to take that line out because everything is flowing up, right? There's going to be some retraces. It's flowing up, not down. See, like right back in here, see how these moving averages, the 200 was resistance, right back in here, kept it down. Now it's broken past that, and it's going to go back up and test these lines. There will be some retrace, you know. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, let's go back and look. I mean, and here's something else. Look at this, okay? I think I don't know if I posted this or not. Let's just go back and look at some previous retracements. And this is going back to, what, 2017? Let's just go back and see. All right, let's just do a fib on it. So when Bitcoin made this like big downturn right here, I'm sure everybody was thinking crash, crash, crash. Made a bottom, you get a wick, and let's just do this. Fib retracement, right? And let's do this. Ah, come on. Let's take out the 50. Let's take out, the 61. So it retraced almost 78.6, right, to the 78.6, right? There's one, okay? And then it started its next bull move. So let's remove that. Let's go back over here. And let's just take it from here to here. And I would almost bet, let's see if that's the 61.8. No. So almost to the 78.6, but old resistance, right? And this is where you have to draw these lines, guys. I know it kind of sucks, but you have to do it. Ah, this thing is driving me crazy. There we go. Right there. Held that old resistance line, or area, right in here. So let's move that. I mean, you could draw any number of retraces and see where it landed. Right? And then if you go back here, I drew that line right there. There was a resistance there, broke above, support, took off. When it came down in this bear market, look what held. This line right here. And I know I had some fibs on it too, but there was fibs right in this area. And now we're breaking back above. So now you want to see this little area right in here that it was struggling to get past and broke out of. If it drops back down, that's what you want to see hold. That's why I'm saying that I don't think it's going back below 5,000 for a long time. If it goes back below 5,000, we're in trouble. Just going to tell you. But for now, I mean, some pullback after 125% increase is pretty normal, right? So let's see. It's going to come down and test the 10 EMA, I'm sure. And whether that's going to be at 7,200 or a little bit higher maybe after tomorrow's close, let's see. You can almost guess where the 10 EMA might be after tomorrow's close. Maybe like right in here somewhere, 7,500-ish. But it could pull back a little bit more, test the 20, and then bounce off of it. But I'm not a buyer. I wouldn't be a fresh buyer of Bitcoin right now. Not after seeing it fail right here. See that red line right here? Yeah. I think I would be just on the sidelines and waiting. It's all about patience, guys. All about patience. I know everybody wants to make the money, and they see the price and they're like, "Oh my God, it's going through the to the moon." Blah blah blah. Just have some patience. It's gonna work. It's gonna work its way back. It did back in here. It's gonna do it again, right? And if you want to play it and you want to scalp it, then be quick about it. I wouldn't be taking huge positions and expecting that we're going to see 10,000 tomorrow. But who knows? And then not only that, but I've been pointing this out for a few days, and I'll put this chart over there. It's the futures chart, right? And I've got a special indicator on this one. Okay. It's going to come over here in just a sec, but we've also got a gap to fill, right? And being crypto in the channel, he's learned from me on the gap stuff, but most gaps will fill, right? And so here's what I got on the futures chart. So here was price outside of Bollinger Bands. We're hitting that resistance line. Okay. Here's gap support. And what I mean by gap support is where it started after the gap, right? So most bulls would want to see gap support hold, right? They don't want to see it filled. So that area is 6,900 to 7,000, right? That's gap support. It fills the gap at 64 or 65-ish. But the big thing is down here, the squeeze indicator, okay? And I've been telling you guys, this squeeze indicator usually lasts, when it goes green, 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 green like this, it usually lasts about 7 to 8 bars, maybe 9 at the extreme, and we're there, right? Before you start seeing it go blue, which means it's going to start pulling back a little bit, and then eventually the little dots will go red, which means, just hold it. Wait until I give you the green light again. Like right here. You know. So when you see this little dot and you get back-to-backs that go green, feel safe about taking the trade because it's probably going to, the Momo will get going. It's not 100%, but it's close enough. And right now, it's one of those where, you know, I would be, when I start to see this thing, I was really kind of expecting, and not so much expecting, but it wouldn't have surprised me if this bar had gone up more and it may have come up here. That's why I was saying you could have got a blow off top, right? Up to this area, 9,500. But it hasn't happened. So we'll see. I mean, tomorrow on the futures, we'll see. This red candle may turn this little bar blue. The next bar could be blue. And if it is, that just means we're starting to retrace. And then you want to watch, you know. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on, you know, keep an eye on it. All right, any questions? Any questions, guys? And I'm sorry about that. I'm sure. Could you hear me when I was talking about the futures chart? My bad. I think I had the mute button on. Could you hear me when I was talking about the futures? Yeah, Chris, I'll take a look at LTC here in just a sec. Could you hear me on the futures, though? Okay. All right, let's go look at LTC. All right. So if I take a zoomed out look at this, right? We're still in this little zone of, you know, the red line. It's broken above it, right? And I'm one of those that, unless this is a major head fake, I just see it going higher, right? Hey, Optics, how you doing, man? But here's the thing. I mean, it came up, and I'm going to get rid of, because obviously it broke this fib retracement. Okay, so it broke the 161.8. I'm going to throw the 261, which is way up there, and 361 for whatever reason. But it came up and hit the 127.2. Okay? It's backing off that, and the 127.2 is a pretty decent reversal fib, right? So my only concern is this, though, when I see that, is that it broke above this resistance line. So the question now becomes, if it retraces, is it going to come out and, you know, come back and take out the 127.2? Or is this just a head fake and it wants to go lower? It's much like Ethereum, is that it's broken a level where it looked like an ascending triangle. Is it a head fake, or is it just the start of getting through and retracing and coming back through it again? So I'm kind of on the fence. I'm leaning bullish, right? I'm leaning bullish, but I just have that sense of indecision. And when I have that sense, then I tend to just lay back and kind of look at things. I don't want to rush into anything. If I'm unsure about something, then I'm unsure about it, and I've got to get more clarity. And that's just kind of where I am with that. That just makes me uncertain, because I would have thought breaking the new high, or to a new high after this right here, that it could have kept going. So was that just a trap to go lower, or was it just, we got past it and let's just retrace a little bit and then go higher? You just have to watch it real close. I mean, some things are clear and some aren't. And this one is iffy. And not to mention, we had some overbought indicators right here. We'll see. Hey, Scott, welcome back, buddy. And I'm calling it like I see it, guys. That just makes me kind of pause a little bit. So that's Litecoin. And we'll see. Who knows? I mean, it's just this upper Bollinger Band. It could ride it up, or it just could curl back in and make a lower low. We'll see. On the fence. Average 85. Okay. It's not bad. That's a pretty good gain. Have you taken any profits at all on it? Optics, Joe is kind of off doing his own thing, man. I guess we're not cool enough for Joe. Joe is actually over on his other channel charging people. And I'm not bashing Joe. I love Joe to death. I really do. But he wanted to go off and do his own thing and charge people, and that's just not my gig. Okay, so 110. Okay. Well, it got pretty darn close to 110. So do you have like a plan in place? I mean, are you going to sell half, or are you going to sell all, or are you going to do, what's kind of like your plan on that deal? And by the way, on the whole charging thing, I know that that's something Joe wanted to go into, and that's fine. Good for him if he wants to do something like that. But like I said, it's not my gig, right? I just don't feel right about it. The only thing I've ever said that is like in my Discord channel, if you think I've done good for you and I've made you money or whatever. And if you want to donate, you can. I've got my donation deal on there. If you want to, that's fine. If not, no biggie. I'm not going to hold any regrets or anything like that. So if you want to donate $1 or whatever, that's fine. I don't care. I really don't. But anyway, I don't want to charge people to come into a room, and especially when there's so many people out there that are, they're new to the game and they don't understand. And I was there before, and if I wanted to go into a pay room, I did. But when I started out, I didn't have to pay anything. I had people that wanted to help for free, and I truly, appreciated it. Anyway, enough of that. Okay, 50% at 110. Okay. Now, it actually, I don't think it got to 110. It got to 107. Got to 107. 107.60. Chris, were you playing the 127.2 retracement? Is that what you were thinking, or was there a level, or was that just something you was thinking? Guys, it's my pleasure. I mean, if there's anything I can do, I'm here to help you guys. I've been down that road before, so if there's anything I can do to save you guys money. Thanks, Scott. Yep, that's just how I was brought up. That's me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, everybody wants to make money, and I'm the same way, But I've said this from the beginning, and I know some of my friends disagree. They're like, "Oh, you should charge." No, I'm sorry. I mean, if somebody wants to donate, that's fine, but I'm not charging. I don't want that headache if something goes bad and dealing, because I'm gonna be wrong, right? I mean, if somebody is 100% right, then show them to me. It just doesn't happen. And I don't want that headache of somebody that's paying $15 a month or whatever it is, or $100, and coming and screaming and yelling at me because I made a bad call. I mean, I feel like I've been more right than wrong, but I've been wrong before, and I'll be wrong in the future on some stuff. But percentage-wise, I think I've been better than most. Okay. Does anybody want to look at any charts? Any other charts? I'm just about out of time. I'll tell you what. I'll squeeze it out 15 more minutes if you guys want me to. Maybe even 30. Let's go 30. All right. So Litecoin. Let's look at what's something that's. Let's go look at, what about Neo, right? I haven't looked at Neo in forever. Let's go look at it. Interesting. Let's see. Where did I draw that retrace? Okay, so the 127.2 has been broken on it. Going to take it out. And let's go see why it bounced where it did. And that's rather peculiar. Having a hard time understanding why Neo bounced where it did. AMD. You talking about advanced micro devices on the stock exchange? Optics? AMD. Forgive my cat. She's a little bitchy. Let's go look at AMD. Hang on here. Okay, give me a sec. I'll pull it up for you. AMD. Interesting. Let me drag this. Boy, it's been a while since I looked at this one. You can see all kinds of where I drew fibs and stuff. All right, so we're gonna have to redraw some stuff here. Let's just get a blank chart going here. There we go. Okay. Boy, oh boy, I remember when AMD was back here around $3. Actually, I think it got down to $1 or something, $2, like back in 2016. Wow. Yeah. Oh yeah. Chip maker. Oh yeah. It's been around forever. I'll tell you something funny. I think it was 20. Let's go back and look at it real quick. Not trying to bore you, but let's go back here. I know it got down to like $2 or something like that because I traded it. This is like way back in here. Oh yeah, there it was. $2.14. Look at that. Is that not funny? Yeah, 2016. I remember that. That's when the whole market was coming down and it got down to like $2 or something. Ended up making a trade on that one. Did pretty well. Let's see, but wow, look at this. Okay, so I guess you have to ask yourself this simple question. Let's go back and I know it looks kind of messy, but okay. So I'm going to scroll in just a little bit and see the squeeze indicator. Look how these Bollinger Bands are very tight, right? Look how tight they are. And look at the squeeze indicator. It's been going flat for the entire month, right? It's still, okay? These bars right here are like just going flat for the most part, okay? So this is telling you, like, when I start to see this get flat right here and it makes a little peak above the zero line and then the dots are green, take your trade, right? I mean, it's still, oh my. Let's do this. Hang on, let's do a fib retracement. That's got to be like the 78.6 if I'm guessing. It just looks like it. Drawing tools. There we go. I swear to God, I did not look at this before. Did I not guess that right? That's the 78.6 it hit. So let's take that out, take that out, take that out, and take that out. 78.6 right there. Okay. So if it were me, right, and this is just me speaking, not advice, I would only play this on a break above the 78.6. Okay? That's just me. I mean, I like how it's still holding the 50-day moving average. And if you wanted to make a play here, okay, a trade, you could, but I would put my stop like right below that low. Okay? Like down in here somewhere. You could either do it that way or you could play it on a break above the 78.6. But trying to play it in this little chop zone, you're going to get knifed like crazy. I mean, you're just going to get chewed up. See, look at this. These are people getting chewed up. Now, you could also argue, right, this. And I'll just do... Oh, gosh, I did not do that. I just did not. Please tell me I didn't. Oh, I did. Let's see. Hate it when that happens. Okay, so you could arguably say this. Right? Let's edit that. Let's extend it. Wish I could just do like a drawing thing instead of having to do this. Right extension on. All right. And let's do another one. So you could do something like this. Oops. And let's just draw it like that. It's not going to be perfect, but if you extended this line out, you could almost say that that's kind of like a bull flag, right? It's a choppy, ugly mess, but it could be a bull flag. After this move up, it's a choppy bull flag. You could take it on a break above this to think that it's going to break that 78.6, right? So it's holding the 50-day moving average, right? And you got your 10 and your 20 that are just choppy, messy. I mean, you could get into something that could take a while to play out, but you know, boy, I don't know. Boy, I can remember back in the day when AMD was a buyout candidate, and people were playing that. They were playing like it was going to get bought out. And look at it now. Oh my. Okay, so that's AMD. Let's go, Chris. Let me look. I'm sorry. Let me look at your question. I was looking at AMD. Litecoin on big CNH. Cup and handle. Let's go look. Litecoin. And let's just do this. You're talking since July of 18. All right, so I'm going to have to go to a weekly chart for that. Let me pull up my weekly. Actually, I'm going to pull up the simple moving average chart. That'll be better to look at. No. No, sir. That's not a cup and handle. Nope. A cup and handle is going to have a rounded type bottom, right? This one's too steep in decline to have that. See, I just, it doesn't look that way to me. And if I expand out, you can see it. But you gotta love how the moving averages are going, right? And see, Litecoin's been doing something that Bitcoin hasn't. It came back and it tested down in here, the 100 and the 200, right? See, that's a beauty right there. That's just bounce, bounce, bounce. You just don't want to see it get below. I really would prefer not to see it get below 62. Right? I mean, it could. I mean, it could spike all the way down to 48, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. It's in too big of a move up right now. And I guess I missed something on Litecoin. I guess I should have looked at this chart. Look at this little area. Didn't see that, guys. My bad. That little area right there is what stopped it. I don't know how I missed that, but that's what happens. I was looking at this over here. It's actually this right here. So, Chris, I would tell you this. Instead of selling at 110, you could obviously, you could sell 50%, but if it breaks that, I think this thing is really gonna take off like up in here. This thing, I don't think it'll stop at 110. I mean, we'll have to let's draw some fibs on it and stuff, but let's do it from, let's just do it from high to low. And let's see what's up in that area. There's your 38.2. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to keep those two on it. I'm not going to put the 50 on there or the 61.8. But, okay. So if it breaks that 110 or this area right here, 117 is the number. And then I think after it breaks 117, then it probably would pop pretty darn hard up to 170-ish. I mean, it would probably take it a few days, but it could make that kind of run like over a week, over a week or so. Not saying it does it in one day, but over the course of a week and a half, who knows? Something like that. Very interesting. Wow. I'm sorry, guys. I made a mistake right there. That should have been where I drew that line. My bad. It happens, right? All right, so BTC, there we go. Yeah, it's amazing how, like, Bitcoin had that red line, Litecoin. Let me look at Ethereum. Maybe I missed that one too. Oop, that's ETC. Let's go Ethereum. No, I haven't missed anything on Ethereum. That just blew right through that area over there. Yeah, this thing. Yeah. I like it. This is going to be a fun summer, guys. It's going to be fun. Man, what a thing of beauty that is. I love that. God, getting these moving averages popping through the 200s. Little bottoming action. Oh. We'll see, guys. It could be a really, really, really nice Christmas. And doesn't the Bitcoin halving happen next year? Is that right? And I think isn't Litecoin doing something similar? It's at least what I've heard. I might be wrong. Okay, well, that's those. I'm gonna go look. Let's go look at. Oh, there's ZRX again. Okay, so ZRX is testing the 50% retracement. Is it wanting to come down to the 61.8? We'll see. ADA. Let's go check on it. Yeah, still in between the 10 and the 20. See if it can hold that. XRP, we've already gone over this one. Hit the 38.2 and the 127, close to that Fib cluster. That's major resistance. And so a natural pullback is happening. It's interesting. ONT. Haven't looked at that one in a while. Let's see what's going on there. This is ONT is one of those volatile ones. I mean, that thing, when it moves, it moves. Volume has been really light through here, but I don't know. It's in between. It's like ADA. It's in between that 10 and the 20. So if those can hold and you start to get a little hook up. Very interesting. Let's do a Fib retracement on it. Yeah, so ADA, the 23.6 is the obviously first resistance. And if it holds this, it's going to go up and test the 38.2. That 23.6 won't hold, right? So if it holds this and starts going up, it's going to blow right through it and go to the 38.2, in my opinion. LTC having what? LTC is having August of 2019? Huh. That's interesting. And Bitcoin 1 year from now. Interesting. Okay. Getting in on the ground floor, guys. Let's see. Man, I'll tell you what, ONT is tempting. Much like ADA. I'm going to be watching these two real close. I mean, it's making a higher low. You see this? low, higher low, higher low. Keep an eye on this one, guys. Real close eye. I'm saying. Higher low, higher low, higher low. And if it breaks through this, it could, be a major runner. Just telling you. Keep a close eye on this. And these Bollinger Bands are going to start getting tight right in here, okay? And what tends to happen is, you can see it right here, okay? When you start to get support off the lower Bollinger Band, it almost acts like it's almost like a rubber band type effect. It can springboard right off that and make that happen, right? Watch this. Just saying, if that area right there on the lower Bollinger Band is it, okay, and it's a lower or higher low, higher low, higher low, watch this. I'm just telling you, if it gets past this, she's a runner. ONT. Now, I don't know if there's a lot of people talking about it or not, but keep a close eye on that right there. Keep a close eye. If it holds that 10 EMA, and I've talked about it, and I'll keep talking about it, just watch. Watch, watch, watch. That's interesting. Okay. Let's see what else might be possible out there. All right, guys, I got 5 more minutes. Any questions? Any charts? What about ETC? I haven't looked at that one in a while. Or have I? Well, it's pretty much going to kind of do the same as ETH. Although this is the BTC pair. That's a nice pop. And this thing can pop. All right. Oof. I like how the 10 EMA held right there. And now it's coming back up through the 20. Testing the 50. ETC is another one that might be one to keep an eye on. Although it bugs me that it didn't come down and test the 161.8. It just stopped right here. And I remember taking the 127.2 off. Oh well. Yeah. Who knows? Could be alt season, guys. Could be alt season. Let's look at what else. WTC. That seems to be a favorite for people. All right. Had this one drawn. Hit the 161.8 retracement right on the button. And held this, this area right in here. I'll forgive a wick, but is holding this support right in here. But again, not trying to bottom pick or anything like that. Would like to see it get above and hold the 10 EMA and take out the 20. Hold it on a retest for another move higher. McAfee coin Sky. Huh. Okay, never heard of it. Let's go look. What exchange is it on? Is it on Binance? I guess I can scroll up and look. Sky. Okay, Sky BTC. Let's go take a look at this one. Huh. What the hell? Okay. So, some wicks up in here, up around the 200-day moving average. Interesting. Wait a second. Let me scroll in. Oh, wow. Talk about your morning stars. Look at that. Red candle, doji, big green candle. That's like a major reversal right there. Okay. It's on the watch. I'm going to make a chart for it. Let's see. Oh boy. After a big move like that, I would want to see it maybe. I mean, notice how the 10 is still below the 20. It could be, let's just guesstimate date wise. I would say give it another day or two. Not rush into anything. It's hitting some stuff in here. Let it just kind of cool off a little bit and see what happens. See if it maybe starts to bull flag or something like that. You know what I mean? No need to rush into that. I mean, it basically all it's done is it's come back into old support, which is now new resistance, right? So let's just kind of let it go sideways a little bit. And if it holds and doesn't come down and make a new low or do something stupid, then you could take a position and let it break out of that mess. And by the way, if you haven't figured out by now, I have a lot of patience. I'm not one of those that rushes into anything. And that's what it takes most of the time. And that's only because I'm a swing trader, long trader. I don't, I mean, I don't have time to scalp, because I have a full-time job. So, but that one's interesting. It's on watch. I'll watch it. All right, guys. Any questions? Any charts to look at? I'm just about out of time. I may stretch this out. I'm starting to see some more people come in, but speak up if you got a chart for me to look at. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to call it a night. I appreciate everybody coming in here. Judging by how many people are coming in later, I'm going to switch the time for live streams to a later time. Just because it seemed maybe there's people on the West Coast or whatever, or overseas. I don't know, overseas or whatever. But anyway, appreciate everybody, and we'll keep after it. And I appreciate all you guys. And if, like I say, if you have any questions, message me, private message me, or whatnot. I can't get into Discord during the day because I'm working. I mean, I can try to sneak in there at times, but I'm just so busy that I can't. But if you want to send me a private message on Twitter or even in Discord, I'll try to check it during the day. But if I don't answer immediately, you understand why. So anyway, other than that, I will check in and see you guys tomorrow. And I sure appreciate it. Y'all have a great evening.